Hello and welcome to Auction Anything's how-to video series. This video will focus on the Auction Center, specifically the Create a Listing tab. This video was triggered from the video button in the upper right hand corner of the tab Content, which you can use for any of the associated tabs. This video also assumes that the images and the donor information, in this case, were preloaded into the system. So starting at the top of the form, there's a mode that can be selected. By default, it's active, which will show the item to your visitors. If you wish to hide that item, so you can do some proofreading or editing without the users seeing it, you can set it to pending. Note that if it is set to pending, it needs to be activated before your users can bid on the item. The next field is the type field. This is preset to the standard bidding type and can be remembered for easy entry on future listings. The same for the category. This was pre-selected and remembered. These can be switched as needed. The title, we'll just enter a testing the auction system with a new listing. The next field is the description. We have a new template for the description field, so if you want to preset this under the Preferences tab ahead of time with other settings in the system, you can do so. So in this case, we have a preset template. You can put more text in the template as you fill out the form. The next field is the starting time. You can start the item immediately or preset at a certain starting time and date. If you use the preset date and time in the future, the item will be in a preview mode up until that period, up until it hits the starting time. So the users will be able to see the item assuming it's active, but they won't be able to bid until the starting time's reached. So in this case, we're just going to go ahead and set it to immediately start. The closing also has preset in the Preferences section, which we took advantage of for this demo. In this case, it's a quantity 1 since it's a single listing type. We'll set the starting bid, which is also a new preset in the Preferences. At 15, we'll put in a purchase price, which is a buy it now type price. We'll skip over the reserve. For this example, we'll put in a value of 59, and we'll throw in a cost, which you can track your cost if you want to also. Say it costs us at our starting bid. We're going to start at a cost. You can put in your own product ID if you wish, which is a SKU or your internal tracking. Location, another default that can be preset. Okay, moving on to the additional options. There's a private listing option which you can choose. If that's on in your system, in most cases it probably won't be on because it's a unique feature, but if you want to run a private listing, we do have the capability of that. One of the more common features is to add the item to the home page. So in this case, we'll check that item, or that option, excuse me. You can feature the item at the top of the category if you wish. You can also annotate the item as taxable. Doing so will allow the invoicing system to add tax to that particular item as needed. Online pre-bidding only, used for fundraising auctions primarily. Not a very common feature either, but that would be if you wanted to run the item online but then take the bidding offline at some point. The donor option, which can also be used as a consigner option. As I mentioned, the donors are preloaded in the system, so there's an easy autocomplete lookup for that. We'll go ahead and do a search for sample and pull in the sample company. Very important part of the listing would be the images, which were preloaded in bulk using the image center. So in this case, we're going to pull up some demo listings here. And there's 3 abstracts, and you can go ahead and use this button to move them all over. You can use this to clear. If you want to pull up the images and pull them over independently, you can do so too, and you can also reorder the images as desired, keeping in mind that the first image will automatically be used as the thumbnail in the browse and search results. So that sums up the listing process. We'll go ahead and select the save option. The item will be saved in the system, and what comes back is a list of options after your new listing's created. You can go to the bid form for the new item. You can add images, which will take you right to the image center. You can close the dialog here and reset the form to put in another item, or if you want to base your next listing off the data you just had in the form, you can do that. So I'm going to go ahead and close and keep the data in the form in this case. So you could go back up to the top and put in a new listing, which might be similar to this, and leverage the information you already have in the system. So that's the new create a listing option under the auction center. Hope you find it useful, and it should allow you to work a lot more quickly in managing your auction listings. Thank you for watching.